aimed at electing a new mayor. It was expected to resume. However, there's been delays. Mbali Thethani is standing by to tell us why. Mbali, good afternoon.
Well, that's certainly right, Dudu. Of course, we are seeing another delay here in the Tshwane Council. And just a bit earlier on, just before we broke off for more than an hour, the Speaker then said that he wants to first also get legal advice when it comes to the issues that we see here. When it comes to the party COPE, you'd know that there are two letters which have been sent to the Tshwane Council, one being from Colleen Makubele, another letter being from, of course, Dennis Bloem himself, when it comes to whether Sifanyatso remains as a councillor in this council. I'm going to be joined now by the Speaker, or rather the spokesperson for COPE. His name is Dennis Bloem. Another thing that seems to, cause chaos in the House once more, for COPE, is the issue around Ndata Sifanyatso. If you can just let us know, what is the situation now? The Speaker says he has two letters, one from Colleen, another one from you. Which one is legit?
No, Mbali, good afternoon. Let me correct you. The two letters, one is from Colleen Makubele, and one is from Ntatele-Kota. It's not from COPE. Both letters are not from COPE, are from individuals. So, with other words, those letters were never sent by the Congress of the People. It was sent by an individual called Musua Likota, and the other one was sent by Colleen Makubele, who is just a speaker there in Johannesburg. So it is not official letters from the Congress of the People.
But the Speaker here in Tshwane has a predicament, doesn't know if whether Ndata Sifanyatso is actually a councillor that has been brought and selected by COPE. What is the way forward now for this House to proceed with the issues of the day?
A proper structure of the Congress of the People have nominated Justice Sifanyatso to be a replacement for Dr Makwarela. He is legit. He is not just a person who we have picked up in the street. That's why I am here to concretize and support him, to say that, and to say to Tshwane and to the whole country that Justice Sifanyatso is our candidate. He must be recognized as our councillor in Tshwane.
There was an issue here with Dr Murunwa Makwarela. Of course, he was not vetted in the according way. There was also another issue here brought again to this House that said Ndata Sifanyatso has indeed a criminal record. And of course, he has two IDs. If you can just clarify to our viewers when it comes to the vetting process that has been done by the replacement for Dr Makwarela.
The vetting process of Ndata Sifanyatso was done thoroughly by the region, because the region took over and said they want to have a very thorough vetting on Justice Sifanyatso. So we are happy that he was vetted. Everything, police clearance, everything was done on him. That's why I am here to support him. Let me come to the ID numbers. The IEC itself have clarified that matter. It was a typo from the IEC, not even from us, but from the IEC. The evidence is there. On the issue of a criminal record, he was arrested for a speeding fine 2001, 22 years ago, and he was fined 5,000 rand, and he paid it immediately. So there's no criminal record that this man is a criminal. Everybody knows that. For your information, he was a police officer working in the forensic department. So it's not just a person that we can say we just pick him up in the streets.
Now, when it comes to COPE as a whole, on Saturday you had a press briefing. You have told us that you are now beginning to see eye to eye. We know that for quite some time there have been major divisions in COPE. One would say that those divisions still exist. Do they exist?
You know, Mbali, we are very, very disappointed in Tatelekota. Very much. Saturday, we called a meeting. Myself, Deputy President, and Tate Hleko, Secretary for Elections, National. And he, Tate was there. And we were talking about unity in the party. We went out there, you know, very, very happy that at least now the party is going to... We addressed this meeting, this letter. The letter that is here in front of the speaker now, signed by Tate we discussed that letter. And Tate asked for an apology. I apologize to Tate Hleko, because that letter is saying Tate Hleko, the Secretary for Elections of COPE, is no more the duly authorized person in the IEC. So he, Tate apologized to Tate Hleko to say it was a very, very serious mistake, but he is going to write another letter to retract that letter, and he will send it to the IEC. But now we see this drama. We are very much disappointed in Tatelekota, because now we doubt if we are sitting in a meeting with Tatelekota, will Tatelekota be honest with us? We are really, myself, Deputy President Madisha, and Tate Hleko, we are very much disappointed with the turn of events that is happening now.
One would also ask, we continue to see press statements being released by Colleen Makubele, and of course with someone else tagged for inquiries and not you as the national spokesperson for COPE. One would also ask, where does Colleen, the Speaker of the city of Johannesburg, fit into the matters of the city of Tshwane? Because one would say that this is also part of the chaos that you are facing as COPE in this region.
You are 100% correct. We are also asking, where does Colleen get this power? You know, executive members of COPE, CNC members of COPE are asking, but where does Colleen get these powers from? Because Tate Hleko was elected in a Congress, voted by members of the Congress of the People, and she is removing him. Now, all that I can think of, the powers come from Tate himself. That's why she is so brave to write letters and to be around. You see, she is all over. You are right, Mbali. She's even speaking on behalf of COPE. And I want to make it clear, Mbali. Colleen is a deployee of COPE. She is not even in the structures of COPE. Now, she don't have that right to speak on behalf of the Congress of the People. I was elected as spokesperson of the Congress of the People in a Congress. I'm not just picked or appointed by Tate to be the spokesperson. I was elected in a Congress in Bloemfontein to be the spokesperson for the Congress of the People.
Why do you think that this interference being done, especially with selecting the representative in this council?
No, according to us, there is rumors that she wants to bring in a friend of her in this whole thing. We don't know who is this person. We don't know who is this person that she is now bringing in. But we know who is Justice Sifanetso. We support Justice Sifanetso. The structure of Tshwane support him. We don't know that other person that Colleen is bringing in.
All right. Thank you very much. That is, of course, the national spokesperson for COPE, and his name is Dennis Bloem. I'm just going to ask my colleague there, Katlego, just to show you that councillors, of course, have come into the council chambers, and, of course, they are then waiting for the Speaker to come with that legal advice in which he has sought, of course, just to make sure that council can go ahead to do. Of course, you'd also remember that just before we broke off, there was the issue last week or earlier in the week when it comes to the members from Action SA. That seems to be resolved, but we're also hearing that those members are also going to be bringing another dispute to the House, and in terms of how they were actually replaced by the structures of Action SA. But when it comes to the representatives for COPE, you heard there, COPE says that they are supporting Justice Sifanyetso to be the representative in this House.
Mbali Thethani, thank you very much for that update.